Yes, Mr. Sibande.
Yes, the court pleases. Sir, can you tell this court how long did your interaction with Mboto last?
Ukukhulumisana kwakho noKenel Mboto kwathatha isikhathi esingakanani? I can't remember, my lord, as to how long it lasted.
Can you tell the court the time you were taken to Kenel Mboto? Was it during the morning, during the day, or during the evening?
Nkathi uhanjiswa kuyena uKenel Mboto kwasekuseni emini noma ntambama. It was already at night.
According to the testimony of Colonel Mboto, the taking of the statement took place at Deep Roof Room 1 near the CSC. What is your comment?
Ngokubufakazi bakhe ke uKenel Mboto ukwenzeka kwayo ke leyo interview noma ukukhulumisana kwakhe naye kwenzeke Deep Roof eduze ke ne-CSC ila kune church office ngakhona ne.
Landa ukuthi seduze kwani leya court yathi angiyazi kodwa kusala kwakulapha eDeep Roof bekhona bonke angazi ngibena isithu.
As to next to what that place is, I cannot remember, my lord, or I don't know what that is, but it was in that courtyard, and all of them were there. There was never a time where I was alone with him.
And Colonel Mboto also testified before this court that he asked for the handcuffs to be loosened. He did not testify about you bleeding or seeing blood.
Okunye futhi ke akushilo kubufakazi bakho uKenel Mboto ukuthi wacela nje ukuthi ke akhulule ozankosi obabafakiwe akakaze asho lutho ke ngokulimala kwakho nangokubona igazi ezandleni zakho.
Koze katola ngeke ngiphendulele uMboto kodwa mina lokho engusho la into eyenzakala kimi.
Sorry. Okay. My lord, I cannot answer on behalf of Kenel Mboto, but what I'm testifying about here is what happened to me.
And
he saw that I was injured on my hands.
Okay, let's proceed now. You do not recall how long you were with Kenel Mboto. My question is, will you dispute it to say that you were with Kenel Mboto for over 1 hour, 30 minutes?
Uthi-ke wena uma uphendula awukhumbula ukuthi kwathatha isikhathi esingakanani ukukhulumisana kwakho kanye noKenel Mboto. Uma ngithi kuwena-ke kwathatha ihora elinemizuzu engamashumi amathathu ungakuphikisa lokho?
Ngoba ngithi angikhumbuli nje angikhumbuli.
As I am saying, I cannot recall. I cannot recall.
I'm asking you this question because from the indication that you gave this court, you only asked you few questions.
Ngikubuza lokho ngoba ke kuloko wena okushilo-ke lana kule nkantolo ukuthi wakubuza nje imibuzo embalwa.
Washo yena wathi ufuna ukungibuza imibuzo embalwa.
He is the one who said he would like to ask me a few questions.
So for all this time you were together with Kenel Mboto, he was asking those few questions.
Ngaso sonke lesikhathi-ke wawukanye naye-ke uKenel Mboto wayekubuza le mibuzo embalwa.
Kose katolo lo mbuzo ungaphendula kuMboto uright mawubheke kuMboto ukuthi esikhathi nginaye wayengibuza le mibuzo embalwa noma cha.
That question, my lord, can be posed to Kenel Mboto. He's the relevant person to be asked as to whether all this time was he asking me these few questions.
Mr. Sibiya, Kenel Mboto was here. He was asked questions by your defense counsels. It is now your turn because you were there as well.
uKenel Mboto ebela enkantolo wabuza imibuzo ebuzwa ummeli wakho nabanye futhi ke abameli manje ke ithuba lakho ke ukuthi nanje ngoba nawe wawukhona lapho uphendula imibuzo.
Kose katolo mangizela ngizophendula imibuzo ebhekene nami ukuthi kwenzakalani. So okaMboto kumele bebuze kuMboto kumele belinde uMboto mhlawumbe uyobuya mabe ngamdinga.
My lord, I am here to answer questions that pertain to me, and that which relates to Mboto should be posed to Mboto. Maybe he would come back if needed.
According to Kenel Mboto, say you were in his office at 21:45 until 23:58.
Ngokusho kwakhe-ke uKenel Mboto wawukanye naye-ke ukusuka-ke ngaye u-21:45 ukhona to 10-ke lowo ebusuku kwaze kwashaya u-23:58 kusho ukuthi imizuzu emibili-ke kushaya u-12 ebusuku.
umbotho manginaye ngangingekho ngedwa nganginabanye amaphoyisa angazi ngize ngibe naye soba yi2 wayekhona lapha isikhathi angisasazi ukuthi wakubani isikhathi ngangenalo iwashi ifone number ayithathiwe amafoni
Was there with Mboto as well as other police officers. There was never an occasion where I was alone with Mboto. As to the time, I don't know what time it was or how long it was. I didn't have a watch, and my phone had been confiscated.
And then you knew exactly what time you were arrested?
Isikhathi sona okusho ngaso sona ke uyasazi noma awusazi?
Ngiyasazi ngangisazi isikhathi engiboshwe ngaso.
I know, and I also knew the time I was arrested.
Did you check the time when you were arrested?
Wasibheka isikhathi ngathi uboshwe.
This characterization of evidence. The witness testified that he was arrested to 1. There was no exact time put to the witness.
Yeah, but the question is, did he check his watch? Is that the question, Mr. Sibande?
That is correct.
But before that, he asked, do you know exactly when were you arrested? You can answer that. That's what I'm...
Are you now representing accused number 1?
It's part of the team of accused number 1.
Yeah, but you know the law. Are you representing accused number 1, sir?
Indeed, so.
And Mr. Ngomezulu?
He's my counsel.
So that judgment of state versus
Bason and Janki
doesn't bind you?
It does bind me, my lord.
In what way?
That not to counsel may cross-examine or re-examine the same witness.
Yeah, that's all I'm concerned about. So if you are now representing number 1, Mr. Ngomezulu is not going to lead further questions against number 1.
Let me withdraw the objection.
It's not me saying that, sir. It's the law.
I'm well aware of
yes.
the judges and...
I never said people mustn't do anything without quoting the law.
Yes.
It's not me.
Indeed, so.
Yes, sir.
What was the response?
Uzulumbos? May you repeat the question?
See, did you look at your watch when you were arrested?
Ingabe wasibheka yini isikhathi noma wasibheka yini iwashi lakho ngathi uboshwe?
Maku past 12 angikade ngifonela umakoti ekhaya, so after lapho ngadropha ifoni i20 minutes ayindlulanga kwase kuvela amaphoyisa.
It was around 12:30 when I was making this telephone or this call home, phoning the wife of Umakoti, and it was not 20 minutes or 20 minutes hadn't lapsed or passed when the police arrived.
Okay, let's proceed now. You were taken now to Valeria police station, correct?
Wasuthathwa ke manje usiwa police station yase Valeria.
Yebo bangithatha ngise police station yase.
That's correct.
You know what time was it?
Uyazi ukuthi kwakusikhatsini?
Cha, isikhathi angisazi.
No, I don't know the time.
Okay. Yesterday, before we told for the day, I was about to ask you what happened on that particular day, starting from the time we booked out at Valeria SARS. Do you remember?
Izolo ke njengaphambi kokuthi siqedeke bengizokubuza ukuthi kwenzakanika ngalesi sikhathi njengaphambi kokuthi ukhishweke noma ubhuke out ke police station yase Valeria.
Cela ungiphendule umbuzo kusikhathi.
Can you repeat the question, my lord?
I said, what happened after you were booked out of Valeria SAPS by Sergeant Mohani at 11:30?
Ngo-11:30 emuva kokuthi usikhishiweke police station yase Valeria, ukhishwa uyena ke noma ubhuka uyena ke uSergeant Mohani, kwenzekani?
Nakusasa.
In the morning.
Mrs. B, the questions get translated to you. I don't know which part of the question you don't understand. Saying you were taken back to Valeria, and then the following day, which is the 31st of May, 2020, you were booked out from the cells by Sergeant Mohani. I want her to start there.
Angiqale lana ke because imibuzo lena ke uyayitolikelwa kangazi ukuthi yiphi indawo la ungezwa khona. Angithi wahanjiswa wasiwa khona evelele. Kwase kuthi ke ngelanga elilandelayo ngazo i31 wase uyakhishwa ke noma ubhukwa out khona lapho ke ngo11:30 uyena uSergeant Mukhane.
Yes. Ushilo ngathi izinto ze31 angisayikhumbule iningi khona.
Yes, I did say that many of that which happened on the 31st I cannot remember.
And he also testified before this court that the vehicle that he got into is a Toyota Fortuner.
Ukushilo futhi nokuthi imoto wangena kuyona kwakuyi Toyota Fortuner.
Yebo ngishilo.
Yes, I did say it.
So when they booked you out of the cells, where did you go?
Uma bekhipha ke emaselini waya kuphi?
Angibazi bangisa kuphi.
I don't know where. I don't know where they took me to. They took me out of the cells, placed me in the vehicle. As to where they went to after that, I don't know. The police would take me where they wanted to, or where they would like to take me to, and where they would wish to take me to.
Were you inside this particular vehicle all the time?
Ngaso sonke isikhathi wawuphakathi kuleyo moto leyo.
Police station ngangihlala phakathi kuleyo moto leyo ngasuke behamba ngayo.
If I was taken or I would be taken at the police station, I would then be inside that particular vehicle that I would be traveling in.
So you do not know the places that they took you to?
Indawo lezi abakuthatha bakuzona awuzazi.
Angikhumbuli indawo zakhona.
I don't remember the places.
And then when did you return back to Valeria police station?
Na senibuyela nini ke khona e police station se Valeria?
Angazi isikhathi ngangenaso.
I don't know, I didn't have time.
Was it still on the same day?
Kwakuse ngalelo langa lelo.
Kwakusebusuku isikhathi kwakubani angazi.
It was at night. As to what time it was, I don't know.
Do you remember passing at Tembisa police station?
Ngabe uyakhumbula yini nindlula e police station yase Tembisa?
Angisakhumbuli my lord.
I can't remember, my lord.
And then the following day on the 1st, we'll get back to the 21st. Did you appear at Tembisa Magistrate Court?
Sizobuyela kuzona ke i31. Manje ngeyi1 ke ngabe wayobingelela imantshi yini enkantolo yase Tembisa?
Yebo ngayo kubingelela imantshi.
Yes, I did.
Are you disputing the fact that on the early hours of the 1st of June 2020, you were at Tembisa wherein you were charged with the offense of being in possession of ammunition?
Ingaba uyaphikisa yini ukuthi ke entathakusa yangeyi1 zika June wawusethembisa e police station lapho owawuthweswa khona amacala okutholakala nenhlamvu?
Angaze ngiyethembisa police station.
I never went to Tembisa police station.
So now you remember not being there.
I police station ngikhumbula ukuthi ngathi sangena kuyo iTembisa South. Tembisa police station.
The police station that I remember where we went into was Tembisa South and not Tembisa police station.
So you were at Tembisa South.
Usho ukuthi nani noma wawuseTembisa South?
Ngoba esengikhumbuzile sengiyakhumbula ukuthi ngathi sangena eTembisa South.
Now that you've reminded me, now I can recall that I think we went into Tembisa South.
Thank you. And then who was present there with you?
Bani wayekhona noma ababekhona nawe lapho?
Angisawakhumbula kamaphoyisa khona kodwa uMhane wayekhona.
I can't remember all the police officers, but Mukhane was there.
Okay, let us proceed. Now let us go back on the 31st. According to the evidence of Mr. Dupree, the AVL aspect, he testified before this court that on that day you were taken to Dobsonville as well as Palm Ridge.
Ngokufakazi bakhe ke umnumzana uDupree okuyena ke ungoti weAVL uthi ke ngaleli langa ke lange31 ngoba uthe sibuyela ke kona ke i31 ukuthi wasiwa ke wahanjiswa seDobsonville kanye nase Palm Ridge.
Kosekatolo ngoba ngithe angikhumbuli mina. Angikhumbuli.
My Lord, because I said I can't recall, I can't recall.
Do you dispute being taken there or just that you do not recall?
Ingabe uyaphikisa yini ukuthi waya khona lapho noma ukuthi awukhumbuli?
Ayi angikhumbuli my lord.
I can't remember, my Lord.
And according to the evidence of now Sergeant Mahula, you were taken to that particular place to go and point out a sangoma.
Ngokubufakazi bakhe ke umuhula injongo noma inhloso yokuthi ke usiwe khona lapho kwakuwukuthi wena ke wayobakhombisa isangoma.
Angiyazi injongo yabo angazange ngize ngibe nenjongo yokukhombisa ngoma. Angazi ngikhombisa ngoma.
Okay. I don't know what their purpose was, but I've never went to point out a sangoma, and I've never pointed out a sangoma.
And at some stage you went to another sangoma called Mr. Magwaza at Dobsonville.
Kunenkathi la khona ke kwayiwa futhi kwesinye isangoma eDobsonville uMagwaza.
uMagwaza waseDobsonville ngiyamazi mara ngimazi njengesangoma.
I know Magwaza from Dobsonville, but I do not know him as a sangoma.
And then a question was posed by Advocate Mngomezulu on your behalf that is your sangoma or inyanga.
Kunombuzo ke obuziwe ke ubuzwa kuthiwa lo mbuzo ubuzelwa yena ke noma ubuzwa egameni lakhe uSibiya ukuthi yebo impela uMagwaza lowo iyona inyanga yakhe noma ke isangoma sakhe uSibiya.
Angimazi njengesangoma.
I don't know him. I don't know him to be or as a sangoma. Magwaza is not a sangoma.
Where does he reside?
Uhlala kuphi?
Uhlala eSoweto.
He resides in Soweto.
Were you taken there on the 31st?
Ngazo i31 wasiwa kuyena.
Mangikhumbula ngiyakhumbula ukuthi ngathi saya kuwe.
If you remind me, I think I do remember that we did go to him.
Okay. Now we're getting somewhere.
Khona ke manje la ngathi siyakhona.
And then from seeing Magwaza, you do not recall going to Palm Ridge.
Emuva kokuthi okasenimbonileke uMagwaza awukhumbuli yini niya ePalm Ridge?
iPalm Ridge ivela ngiyazi.
I'm not familiar with Palm Ridge.
Ihamba ifike kuphi? Anginalo ulwazi lwazi.
I'm not familiar with Palm Ridge as to where the cars went to or drove to. I have no knowledge.
And then from Palm Ridge, you then headed to Araten.
Masensuka khona ke ePalm Ridge nase niya eEratin.
iAratin angiyazi.
I'm not familiar with Eratin.
Araten is the offices of Brigadier Gininda and the team.
Ilapho ke amahhovisi akhe ke uBrigadier Gininda kanye neqembu ke noma ithimba ke akhona.
Angiyazi.
I don't know about.
So you do not recall going there on that particular day?
Awukhumbuli niya lapho ngalelo langa lelo.
Ngoba bengishilo ukuthi indawo ezahanjwa amaphoyisa oyinhloso yazo mina angizazi angikhumbuli.
As I've already stated that the places that were visited by the police, it was their purpose or their intentions. I don't recall them.
According to the testimony of Mahula and Mokhane, you were taken to that particular office where you got into the office.
Ngokubufakazi bakhe ke umuhula kanye naye umukhane wahamba ke noma nahamba ke nayo khona lapho la owangena khona ke kulelo office lelo.
Ay mina angikhumbula ukuthi laba bengifaka khona kwakusuke kukuphi la laba ngifaka khona kusuke kukuphi la laba ngifaka khona kusuke kukuphi la cause indaba engihambisa zona akuzindawo engingazazi vele ezinye.
I personally do not recall as to the places where they were taking me into as to where that was or what place would that be, because I wasn't familiar with the places that they were taking me to.
And then they further testified that from that particular office of the South African Police Services, you were then taken to Tembisa South, as you put it.
Bathi ke ukusuka khona lapho ke kulawo mahhovisi lawo yila naya khona ke manje eThembisa South nanjengoba usho wena.
ngoba ngithi ithembisa South ngiyayikhumbula sifika kuyo befike bengena khona epolice station so ukuthi sasikade sisuka kuphi angazi.
As I've already indicated that I do recall Tembisa South that we went into the police station, but as to where we were coming from before going there, I don't know.
It is quite strange, sir, that you were quite sure when you were taken to Deep Kloof in Soweto as well. But now you are being taken to another place, you do not know where that place is.
Yasike nkathi ke usiwa khona ke eDeepkloof eSoweto la awunesiqiniseko noma ubunesiqiniseko khona kodwa manje ukuthi yiphenye indawo owaya kuyona ke lapho nje unokungabaza awunasiqiniseko ngalokho.
eDeepkloof ibhaliwe Deepkloof police station ngoba neThembisa South ngayibona Thembisa South police station yakhona.
In Deepkloof it is written there that it is Deepkloof police station as well as Tembisa South. It is also, you can see that it is Tembisa South.
Thank you. Let us proceed. Who was present other than Mohula, Mohane, when you were taken to Tembisa South?
Ubani noma obani ababekhona ngaphandle koMukhula noMukhane ngathi uhanjiswa uya eThembisa South.
Wangamaphoyisa NPD.
The MPD police officers.
Were you assaulted on that particular day?
Ngalelo langa lelo washaywa?
Cha.
No.
Were you threatened in any way?
Khona nje indlela owasatshiswa ngayo?
Ukusatshiswa amaphoyisa.
By the police?
Yes.
Yebo.
Vele ngangithukile from the first day ngiqala ukuboshwa.
Yes, indeed.
Amaphoyisa ngawesaba ngaleso sikhathi leso up until.
Yes, I was scared or I was in shock from the first day of my arrest. So from that time, I was scared of the police.
Okay. You also testify in this court that there is a certain man who came, a police officer, to put into context, that came to you and asked you about the assault at Valeria police station.
Ushilo kubufakazi bakho ukuthi likhona leliphoyisa elithize nje eleza kube nake lazokubuza ngokushaywa kwakho epolice station yaseValeria.
Yebo ngishilo.
Yes, I did say so.
When was that?
Kwakunini?
Angisakhumbula isikhathi kwakuyiluphi usuku because insuku bengayikhumbuli usuku olusokwenzakala ukuthi usuku olusokwenzakala ukuthi ezinye.
I don't remember the day as to when it happened because as far as days are concerned, I'm unable to recall that on this day this happened and on a particular day this is what happened.
So you cannot even recall that said police officer, his surname at least?
Ngesibongo sakhe salo lelo phoyisa awusikhumbuli.
Alikaze lisisho vele.
Never mentioned the surname.
Was he on uniform?
Wayegqoke i-uniform?
Wayegqoke uniform.
Yes.
Is the name not written on a badge on his chest?
La esifubeni kuyena ke igama alibhaliwe.
Cha, dalinge.
No.
Nama yamaphoyisa la njengawabhalile amagama akho.
Yes, there was no name. As in this case here in court as well, there are certain police officers whose name are not written.
Member of the South African police, on their uniform is not written.
Ilunga lelo lesiphoyisa igama lalo alibhaliwe la esifubeni.
Ngithi wayegqoke uniform igama lakhe la lingabhaliwe.
I'm saying he was wearing uniform but his name was not written.
That interaction that you had with the said police officer, did you put it to, at least to Mahula when she was on the witness stand, that at some stage you did make a report of assault to a certain police officer who did nothing about it?
Ngathi uMkhula elana ke manje enkantolo enikeza ngobufakazi bakhe ingaba kwashiwo yini lokho nowakusho yini wena lokho kumkhula ukuthi ke kunephoyisa elithize namaphoyisa athizeni engenza umbiko ke kulona ke ngokushaywa azange wenze lutho?
Cha, akaze ngisho ngangazi ukuthi mina ngizozala ebhokisini ifike ngichazele ukuthi iyenzeka kimi.
No, I never mentioned it or said it. I knew that my time will come for me to take the witness stand and say everything that happened to me.
Did you convey that instruction to your advocate?
Ingaba lokho wakusho yini kummeli wakho?
Ngamxoxela ezinye izinto, ngixoxelanga konke okwakwenzeka ngoba ngengixoxe yonke into kwathi kade mina ngisazofika ebhokisini ngizokhuluma ukuthi kwenzakalani kimi.
I mentioned some of the things, but I didn't mention everything because I cannot say everything, knowing very well that my time will come for me to come and testify about everything that happened to me.
Ngangazi ukuthi isikhathi sokuthi mina ngize ebhokisini ngizokhuluma yokutenzakalayo sizofika ngoba sesifikile nje manje ngikhuluma yokutenzakalayo.
I knew that the time would come for me to come and testify about everything that happened to me as it has now happened.
Say, I put it to you that had that version placed before the court, then Mokhula will have commented regarding that report.
Ngithi mina ke kuwena ke uma kuwukuthi lokho kwashiwo kuyena ke umkhula nkathi elana lokho bekuzonikeza ke umkhula ithuba ke lokuthi ke aphendule kuloko mayelana nokwenzeka.
Nkosikatolo, laba bantu bathi ngeke beze bebathathele izinqumo, ngeke beze bekwazi ukugcila kulaba bantu abakhulu kunabo, obvious nabo babatshenanga umuntu wayazi le nto leya wakuba yimi.
My Lord, as they had said or indicated that there was no way that they would have taken decisions against those people because those people were much senior to them. Someone who knew about that was myself, or the one who knew about it was myself.
And when you say these people are much senior, are you referring to Kininda, Sergeant Mokhula, Sergeant Mohane?
Uma uthi ke laba bathi labantu bakhulu kubona kusho umkhula umukhanye nogininda.
Bafike lapha ephepheni babheka lela phepha leli abathi balibheka lapha bathola ukuthi i national court case banibani. So bathi laba bantu bangaphezulu kwabo abakwazi ukubathathela ukuthi bengaba landelela ukuthi wayebeshaya umuntu.
My Lord, they went, looked on the document there, and then found out that it was a national court case, something or what, and then said that those people with regards to rank, positions are higher than them, so there is no way that they can make a follow-up on them as to, with regards to having assaulted a person.
And then in Exhibit NN, when a self-visit was done, there were no complaints that were noted.
Manje ke kunezibiti lana eliwu-NN la ebhaliwe khona ke ukuthi nkathi kuyiwa ke kuona amasel akukho isikhalo esatholakala.
Akekho owangibuza ngesikhalo mangena lapha ngithi ngasala emotweni bafike bangena bona baphinde babuya beza kimi emotweni mabeqeda ukuze kimi emotweni bangithatha bangifaka bona emaselini ngaphakathi bafike bavula iseli bangifaka bavala.
No one, as I said, my Lord, that upon arrival there, I was left in the vehicle, they went inside, they came back, took me from the vehicle, and they themselves placed me inside the cell and locked again.
According to the evidence of Colonel Swanepoel, the police at the cells do an hourly cell visit.
Kuno baba ke obelana ke kuleli viki elidlule abathi ke uKennel Swanepoel oshilo ke kubufakazi bakhe ukuthi ihora nehora kuyahanjwa kuyobhekwa emaselini benza ke into abayibiza ngokuthi ke ama cell visit.
uSwanepoel mayefika wathi usebenzele eSilverton hayi eVeralini.
When Colonel Swanepoel arrived or was here, he said that he was working in Silverton, not Valeria.
He indicated before this court, or he testified before this court, that that is a standard practice in all police stations in South Africa.
Akushilo ke nkathi efika lana ukuthi lokho noma wena ungathi ke yebo usebenza eSilverton akasebenza eValeria kodwa uma echaza yena uthe indlela ke eyokwenza izinto ke leyo kuwo onke ama police station ala eNingizimu Afrika.
akufani
It's not the same.
everally mangifika ngahlala ngiyi1 eselini abantu behlala komningi eSilverton mabe ngifikisa khona ebusuku bathi bafuna ukuthi ngihlale ngiyi1 eSilverton babatshela la umuntu akahlale eyi1 abantu bahlala nga3 kuyaphezulu.
In Valeria, when I got there, I was placed alone when other people were in their numbers. In Silverton, when I got there, arrived there at night, they wanted to place me alone, but they were told that here we don't keep one person in a cell, they stay in numbers.
Okusho ukuthi umsebenzi
So
wamapolice
it specifically said from 3 upwards. Yeah.
okukhomba ukuthi umthetho wamapolice station awufani. Indlela abenza ngayo usho ukuthi ayifani.
That then indicates that how the police work or do their work is not the same.
See, this is in relation to cell visits. I'm not talking about how many people must be detained in one cell. I'm talking about hourly cell visits.
Lana ke mfethu angikhulumi ke ngokuthi ke kufanele kugcina abantu abangaphi emaseleni. Ngikhuluma lana ngento eshiwo uqhenetswane pool 8 ihora nehora kuyahanjwa kuyobhekwa emaseleni kuvisit. Angikhulumi ngokuthi kuhlala abantu abangaphi emaseleni. Ngikhuluma ngokuthi uswane pool uthe kuyabhekwa njalo ngehora kudlula ihora kuhanjwe kuyobhekwa amaseli kudlula ihora kuhanjwe kuyobhekwa amaseli abayibiza ngokuthi ama cell visits hayi ukuthi kuhlala abantu abangaphi.
Cha akwenzeki kulama police station ngihlale ku akaze kuze kwenzeke lokho.
No, it doesn't happen. The police stations where I was, it never happened.
How many police stations?
Ama police station mangaka?
Mangiboshwa ngedate ngiye ngalethwa eValeria.
When I was arrested on the 30th, I was at Valeria.
Mangiphuma ngeyi10 bengiphumela sengise Silverton.
And then when I was released on the 10th, I was in Silverton.
Ama police station ayi2.
2 police stations.
Okay. That disparity or that difference in doing things in police stations, was it put to Colonel Swanepoel?
Lo mehluko leyo ukuthi ke ama police station wasebenza ngokufanayo. Kathi uSwanepoel ela noma uKenneth Swanepoel ela kwashiwo kuyena ukuthi Kenneth Swanepoel ama police station wasebenza ngokufana.
Kose katolo angiphendulele Swanepoel la ngizobeka into eyenzeka kimi.
My Lord, I'm not answering on behalf of Swanepoel. I am here to state that which happened to me.
Thank you. So, are you saying to this court when the police officers made an entry that all in order or no complaint, they were just trying to cover something?
Ingabe uthi ke uma amaphoyisa ebhalile lapha ukuthi konke nje kukahle kungendlela ukuthi babenzani babebhala nje.
Angeze bakhulumele kodwa mina akekho akwangibuza ukuthi nginjani. Mangifika epolice station ngibuza ukuthi ngiright or kwenzakaleni ngishayo noma ngishawanga. Mangena lapha yakekho angibuza lonto leyo. Because abantu babengithatha okungamaphoyisa la ngisuka kade ngihamba nawo kube yiwa yongifaka emaselini.
I cannot speak on their behalf because at the police stations no one asked me as to how I was I assaulted, am I well? Because the people that would be taking me were the very same people that I was traveling with.
So those people that you were traveling with, were they also keeping the key to the cell?
Labantu laba owahamba nabo uthi kwakuba yibona babekuthatha beyokufaka beyokuvalela. Ikhiya zayihlala kubona.
Angazi kodwa ngibona sebeyiphethe bona.
I don't know, but I would see them in possession of the keys.
Who specifically?
Sikhuluma ngobani? Mabhena, Muhane.
Yiba abantu babehlale ngokungivalela isikhathi esiningi.
They are the people that most of the time would be locking me up.
Even though they are not based at Valeria police station, they had the keys to the cells of Valeria.
No manje bengasebenza police station yaseValeria kodwa ikhiya zaseValeria ayiphathwa ibona.
Bangamaphoyisa ngangeke ngikwazi ukubuza ukuthi why niphethe ukhiye kodwa yiba bayiphathe ukhiye bongivulela lapha ya.
They are police officers. Then I wouldn't ask them or inquire from them why are you in possession of the keys, but they would open there and place me inside.
Muhane was here for almost a week or over a week. I was never told that he had the keys to the Valeria police station cells.
Umkhane bela iviki noma ngaphezulu kweviki kodwa kaze kushiwo lokho kuyena ukuthi wena wawuphatha ikhiya zaseValeria.
Kose katolo ngangazi ukuthi uzofika isikhathi sokuthi mina ngize ebhokisini ngizoyikhulumela ngeke ngikhulumele imali.
I knew that my time would come to come and testify. I wouldn't speak on behalf of Mohane.
So I put it to you that you are fabricating a story, tailoring evidence as we go along.
Ngithi kwenaka ukuthi nje into engekho le into yakhayo wena into engekho le uyikhulumayo.
Kwesekatolo le ngishoyo into yayenzeka kimi into ekhona.
My Lord, that which I'm saying is something that happened to me.
And then what he's trying to say is that police have to bend the procedures when it comes to Muzisibiya.
Akushoyo futhi wena ukuthi nje amaphoyisa nje wona uma kufika nje kuMuzisibiya ukuthi babephula umthetho.
Umthetho bawuphula makuyikuthi awubavumeli benze lento ababeyenza. Mina ngangingawazi umthetho vele ukuthi uhamba kanjani.
They would bend the laws if it was that it doesn't allow them to do what they wanted to do. I didn't know what the law said or what was required.
And they break the law to Muzisibiya, who has a selective memory.
Futhi ke umthetho bawuphula ke uMuzisibiya ongakhumbuli konke. Khona khumbulayo khona angakhumbuli.
Makuyikuthi bephula umthetho babewuphula and ukukhumbula ngumuntu wasemhlabeni ngidaliwe ngazalwa ngiyakhohlwa ngiyakhumbula njengomuntu wonke.
If they had to if they had to break the law, then they would do it. I am a human being born just like anyone else. I am on this earth or universe. I forget and I can also remember.
So whatever that you forgot as a Muzisibiya is not a suggestion that it did not happen, just that you forgot.
Uko konke okhohliwe noma okhohlwayo wena asikuthi akuzange kwenzeke noma kaze kwenzeke ukuthi nje kuphela awukhumbuli wena. Hayi ukuthi akaze kwenzeke ukuthi nje wena ungakhumbuli.
Mangithi angikhumbuli ngisuke ngenayo answer ukuthi ngizophendula ngithina lo mbuzo lo endlela angibuza ngayo mayelana.
When I say I can't remember a thing, it's only to say that I do not have a answer as to say how am I going to answer that particular question which is being posed to me.
Kodwa mawungibuza ukuthi ungikhumbuza ukuthi nokuthi kwenzakala kanjani ngizokutshela ngithi lokho akwenzakalanga kanje.
But if you
lokho azange kuze kwenzeke.
But if you do remind me and give me a scenario and say this is what happened or how it happened, I will then say this didn't happen or this is how it happened.
Now let us make progress. Let's proceed now. Let's fast forward to 5 June 2020.
Asiye manje ke ku 5 June 2020.
Yebo.
That is the day you were taken to Lieutenant Colonel Hadebe.
Ilanga ke lelo owathathwa ngalo ke wasuka kuyena Lieutenant Colonel Hadebe.
Yabo amaphoyisa ngithatha angisa eForce angisuse eForce angisa eAlbertine kumuntu engamfica lapha wagcina ethi uHadebe.
Yes, the police took me to Phosphorus, from Phosphorus then taken to Albertine, to a person that I found there and eventually said that he was Hadebe.
Okay. Who booked you out?
Ubani owakhipha emaseleni? Muhane.
And then you were in which company?
Wayehamba nobani?
Wayehamba nalo Colonel lo ngithi angimkhumbula ukuthi uColonel bani isibongo sakhe.
The unknown Colonel, the one which I say I can't remember his surname.
Nongamane.
Ngamane.
Nomabhena.
And Mabhena.
What were they traveling on?
Babehamba ngani?
Angisayikhumbuli imoto ababehamba ngayo.
I can't remember the vehicle that they were traveling in.
Was it not the Toyota Fortuner?
Kwangasiyona iToyota Fortuner.
Isikhathi esiphambili bengicabanga ukuthi vele kwakuyiyo ngoba imoto abesebenzisa mare makufika iAVL ithi akusiyona mhlawumbe akusiyona namanje bengicabanga ukuthi yiyo.
Before I thought that it was the Toyota Fortuner, but when the AVL came and confirmed that it was not it, then it means it wasn't it. Even now I thought that it was the Fortuner.
Okay. And then at Phosphorus, what happened?
Kwenzekani eFosphorus?
Mangifika eFosphorus baye bangishaya bathi angiyokhomba la kwafela khona uSenzo. Ngabatshela ukuthi mina ngazi la kwafela khona uSenzo.
Upon arrival at Phosphorus, they assaulted me and said that I should go and point out where Senzo died. I then said to them, I don't know where Senzo died.
Who assaulted you?
Ushaya ubani?
Kwase kukhona ama-traffic copper masifika le abobuthelezi.
There were traffic officers when we arrived there, the likes of Buthelezi, yebo,
Nabomabhena.
the likes of Mabena,
And then who else?
Ngabani futhi,
Nabongqamane.
the likes of Ngamani.
Lo Colonel akazeze ngishaya nomhala zange ngishaya.
This particular colonel never assaulted me. Mukhane also never assaulted me.
And then you're saying Buthelezi. Who else?
Buthelezi, Nabani.
Thelezi nabomnareng babekhona ngobuningi babo nje lama.
They were there in their majority. Buthelezi, Munareng,
Bonke lama traffic engiwabalile ayikhona.
all these traffic officers that I've mentioned, they were there.
And was this on? You said when they assaulted you, they wanted you to point out where Senzo was killed.
Uthi mabekushaya ke bakushaya bethi hamba ubakhombisa la uSenzo ashonela khona.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then after that assault, what happened?
Emuva kokuthi ushayiweke kwase kwenzekani?
Emva kwalapho bangithatha bangifaka emotweni ngabona sesingena indawo eAlbertine. Le ndawo iyi-police station mara ayikhandwa ngalesa sikhathi.
I was then placed into the vehicle. We then drove and then we entered this police station, Albertine. But at that particular time, the place was still under renovations.
Was it also written Albertine police station?
Nalapho ke kwabhalwe Albertine police station.
Wabhalwa Albertine police station.
It was written Albertine police station.
Then let us go back to first Loras. Can you describe the nature of the assault that was meted out there?
Asibuyele ke manje police station eFosloras ke ungasho ukuthi indlela owashaywa ngayo khona lapho?
Yeah.
Yes.
Proceed.
Qhubeka.
Ukungifaka iplastiki bengikhahlela abanye.
So placed plastic over me and the others were kicking me.
How long did the assault last?
Kwathatha isikhathi esingakanani lokho?
Angikhumbuli ngangenalo iwasha.
I can't remember, I did not have time on me.
Would you say 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
Ungathi imizuzu emihlanu, eyishumi,
Kungaphezulu kwalokho.
more than that.
More than 10 minutes?
Ngaphezu kwemizuzu eyishumi.
Ayimningi eyishumi incane.
10 could just be a minimum. It was
30
more
minutes?
than that. 30.
Ngoba ngithi angikhumbuli kosekatola ngikhumbuli kwaba isikhathi esingakanani.
As I'm saying, my Lord, I cannot remember, so I can't recall as to what time it took.
Where were they kicking you in your body?
La kuwena ke emzimbeni babekhahlela kuphi nendawo?
From there suka la kuyalezansi.
The witness is indicating, my Lord, using my body. That is
Izandla
not
zami
just
zayifase
underneath.
kanje.
My hands were tied like this at the back. It was pointing to the upper part of the body.
Ngihamba yonke nje leyo ndawo.
It says, together with including the arms.
I don't understand.
He indicated, my Lord, he used my body and said, from this part, my
Which
Lord.
part was he using?
He pointed, yeah.
Oh.
And then he said,
On the
including
ribs,
arms.
on the ribs.
On the ribs. Also including the arms.
The ribs and the arm.
He said the arms were tied at the back like this.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's also using the upper part of the arm, my Lord, and said this part was also being kicked, referring to the left upper part of the arm.
Were they kicking you on both sides, on the right and the left?
Ngaba bekhahlela uhlangothi olulodwa noma ke inhlangothi zonke,
Babe ngikhahlela umzimba wonke.
the entire body.
Were they hitting you hard?
Ngaba bekushaya kakhulu.
Kosekatola ukushaya kakhulu amagadla abantu noma ama-weight abantu awafani. Ngeke ngize ngithi kakhulu because ama-weight abangwazi mangakanani. Ngeke ngize ngithi kancane because ama-weight abangwazi mangakanani. Kodwa ubuhlungu babuzwela kimi.
I cannot attach weight to that, my Lord, because the manner in which people hit you, it won't be the same, as well as people's weights are not the same. But I could feel the pain.
So were they hitting you repeatedly?
Ngaba babekwenza lokho bebuyelele noma bephinda nje ukushaya.
Babe wenza bephindaphinda.
Repeatedly, yes.
Did you sustain any injuries?
Kwaba khona ukulimala okutholayo.
Yebo kwaba khona.
Yes, I did.
Where in your body?
Kuphi nendawo emzimbeni?
Emzimba wonke wawubuhlungu.
The whole body was aching, my lord.
Any bruises?
Kwayikhona imihuzuko eyayikhona.
Amaphoyisa mayekushaya wakushaya ethi kube nomhuzuko.
When police
Ashayela ukuthi ingabonakali vele.
When police assault you, they do not assault you so that there are bruises or visible bruises. They assault you so that those bruises are not to be seen.
So are you suggesting to this court that if I kick you, the manner in which they kick, then there won't be any bruises?
Ingabuthi uma mina ngingakhahlela manje ngendlela abakhahlela ngayo angeke imihuzuko ibe khona.
Ngoba inkosi kaToli ayingekho mabe ngikhahlela. Mina mangingakhahlela umuntu alendlela abe ngikhahlela ngayo. Mhlawumbe engabona ukuthi imhuzuko ayikho kodwa lo muntu ipheni uyizwini.
Because you were not there when they kicked me. But if I were to kick someone in the very same fashion or manner in which they kicked me, you would see that there won't be any bruises, but that particular person would feel the pain.
Any swelling?
Ukuvuvuka kona?
Kwangabonakali.
It was not visible.
So, Mukhane, Mabena, Ngamani, and the SWAT guys, I'm correct, the SWAT guys.
Umukhanya umabhena uncamane kanye futhi nalaba ke babizwa ngokuthi ke amaphoyisa esinamala beSWAT.
Yeah.
Yes.
No other police officers.
Engekho amanye amaphoyisa.
Lapha ya kwakukhona ama traffic cop amangishawa masifika eAlbertine kwase kukhona nama pirate.
There were traffic officers when I was being assaulted, but when we now arrived at Albertine, then there were these beret unit.
Did they partake in the assault as well?
The witness but said it very, so he said the TRT, but he didn't speak out loud. He says the TRT. TRT, my lord.
TRT. Did they partake in any assault?
Nabo ke babe yingxenye yokushaya. They took part in scaring me.
How?
Kanjani?
Ukuba namaphoyisa azidlova noma angathi amabhubesi maye nawe ayengithusela kakhulu.
To be in the company of police officers who would resemble or who are like lions when they are with you, that on its own was scary to me.
How so? Describe it, say.
Awusichazele kanjani?
Mawuboshwa amaphoyisa uyiwani onke lingekho elizwelana nawe noma elifisa ukusiza wena onke amaphoyisa kusefana ukuthi azilwane kuwo.
When you're being arrested by police officers and there's not even a single police officer who empathizes with you or who feels or who would like to assist you, then they would all appear like animals, or they would all appear like monsters to you.
Okay, interesting now. On the 23rd of October 2023, this is what Mngomezulu has to say. To Fosloras, he was subjected to torture and assault by the TRT police, who then took him to Albertine. After that, he was, according to his instruction, he was instructed to point out the place where the incident took place.
Lana ke ukufundela ke ukuthi okwenzeka ke lana idate kwakungayi 23 zika October 2023. Lana ke uMr Mngomezulu ke uma esho ke usho kufakazi ke Phosphorus la khona ke aye eshaywa ke noma ke ethosharwa eshaywa amalunga eTRT ase emthatha ke emhambisa emsa eAlbertine. Emuva kwalokho ke ngokusho kwakhe wase etshelwa ke ukuthi ayokhomba indawo la isigameko senzeka khona.
Angeke ngikhulumele uMngomezulu ukuthi wathini. Mina engusho lapha ngweKatolo ngithi nama traffic copper yiwo angishaye Phosphorus masifika eAlbertine kwase kukhona nama TRT.
I cannot speak on behalf of Mr. Ngomezulu. What I'm saying is that when I was arrested in Fosterus, traffic officers were there, and when we arrived in Albertine, there were now the TRT police officers.
Say, it is the other way around. Ngomezulu is speaking on your behalf, not you.
Lana wena uthi ni angeke ukhulumele uMr. Ngomezulu. Kodwa ke akukho ngaleyo ndlela. Uma ngabe uMr. Ngomezulu ekhuluma esho into kufakazi, usube ekhuluma into athi ibuya kuwena, wena omlayela ukuthi akasho lokhu kufakazi. Akusuka ukuthi wena ukhulumela yena, kodwa yena ukhulumela wena.
Ngomezulu mayesuka kimi ngimtshela into uma eyibeka mhlawumbe kezwanga kahle ngeke ngize ngithi mina Ngomezulu angimtshelanga kanjalo. Ngomezulu mayengizwanga ngeze ngimkhulumele uyiMngomezulu ongayikhulumela ukuthi kwaba kanjani ukuze ibeke so. Kodwa mina ngithi manje la eKosekatolo mina ama traffic copper angishaya eFosterus angithatha ngise Albertine. Afike Albertine kwase kukhona nama TRT.
I cannot speak on behalf of Mr. Ngomezulu. Mr. Ngomezulu would be the one who would then come and explain or answer as to how it is or why it is that he put it like that. I am saying that in Phosphorus, when I was arrested, the traffic officers were there, and then when I was taken to Albertine, the TRT police officers were also there, were now there.
Okay. Are you done?
Thank you.
I'm
waiting for the question.
Okay. I love your anticipation. Ngomezulu is the one who invited you there, and he asked you now to speak right where you are standing. He's no longer asking the state witnesses questions. Now you are there now to explain why did you not inform the court that this is what happened on the 5th of June 2020.
Lana ke okwenzekayo ngizothi ke uMr. Ngomezulu kodwa thina nababili nithi Ngomezulu mina ke ngizothi uba uMr. Ngomezulu okwenzekile ukuthi uyena ke okubize ukuthi uzoma la uzochaza ke uzosho ke lokho okwenzeka uyena umuntu obizele khona kule ndawo omekuyona njengamanje.
Nangizela ngizochazela iKatolo ukuthi kwenzakalani ngeleyo suku mangiboshwa up until
I am here to inform the court or to tell the court as to what happened from the day I was arrested up until.
Yes, and then you were asked to tell us what happened on that day.
Yebo wasuyacelwa ukuthi usitshele ukuthi kwenzekani ngalelo langa lelo.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you did not tell this court.
Sorry.
You did not inform this court about the presence of the TRTs at Albertine.
Uma usutshela noma usuchaza ke lokho kwenzeka awuyitshelanga lenkantolo ngokuba khona ke kwama TRT noma amaphoyisa la eTRT.
iKatolo ngitshenile ukuthi mina ngashawa amaphoyisa kodwa noma ngingasho ukuthi uhlobo lwamaphoyisa ngingawasifaranga ama TRT nama traffic cop akusengamaphoyisa onke.
I did inform the court that I was assaulted by the police officers, although I did not differentiate or specify as to which police officers. TRT and traffic officers, they are all police.
Mr. Sibia, that's a good one. You whispered to Mr. Jonasi there, towards the end of your answer, to say TRT. Then, indicates to this court that they've got a special name. Even refer them with the nickname Mama Beret. You should have said that. It's not physics.
Yinto ke oyikhulumile le kodwa uyikhulumele phansi usuqedile ukunikeza ngobufakazi kodwa wayisholo phansi ke wathi ama TRT okusho ukuthi banegama elithize noma gama thizeni ababizwa ngalo ungasho nokuthi ama Beret.
Kuze Katolo ngicela ukuthi kuyinto eyi-1 mangithi amaphoyisa noma ngingachazanga ukuthi uhlobo lwamaphoyisa amaphoyisa.
My Lord, I think it's the same thing. Although I did not specify which are police officers, police remain police officers.
Unless umuntu ongibuza imibuzo mayizothi angichaze ukuthi ihloboni amaphoyisa bese ngikwazi ukuthi ngichaze ukuthi amaphoyisa so.
Unless the cross-examiner then, my Lord, asks me to specify, then I will then specify.
That is a duty to specify, they say.
Kukwena ke nanjengoba umilana ukuthi kwe wena ochazayo.
engichaza yini Nkosi Katolo?
You said it was Mokgane, Mabena, Ngamane, Butelezi, Munari, and traffic cops. Traffic cop, the specification you're specifying now. You don't specify the TRTs.
Ubabizile onke lamagama wabizayo laphayana wase ufaka ke futhi nama traffic cops. Manje uma ufika ke kuma police uthi ama traffic kusho ukuthi manje usho inhlobo ethize lo noma uhlobo oluthile lwamaphoyisa.
Ingoba Nkosi Katolo bingibuza ukuthi kwakungobani labe babekhona amagama.
It's because I was asked as to who was present or who were the people that were present, their names.
So let us go back now at first Loras. Where the TRT or Amaberet present there.
As we are like manje Fosloras, ama TRT lana noma laba ke bamaberet babekhona eFosloras.
Nkosi Katolo ngithenga sabafika eAlbertine.
I said we found them in Albertine.
So when this instruction was carried out, did you inform your council that no, that is not the correct version of events?
As we are lana ke global bhale lana ke yabona lana ne nanjengoba kushiwo ukuthi uMr Mngomezulu wathi uma esho kufakazi ukuthi ke eFosloras yila ashaywa khona ke eshaywa yilaba beTRT. Nkathi umuzwa ke ekusho lokho uhlezi khona laphayana uyakusho yena kusho kufakazi. Ingaba wamlungisa yini uthi cha wenza iphutha lapha akuzange kwenzeke kanjalo. Labantu laba ama-TRT babengekho eFosloras ngaba sabafice eAlbertine.
Nkosi Katolo ngangazi ukuthi mina la ebhokisini ngizoza ngifike ngicacise ukuthi uthi yenzakala kanjani.
I knew, my Lord, that I would come here and testify and explain as to how everything happened.
Njengoba namanje Katolo ngiyitshela nje ukuthi ama traffic cop ayekhona lapha eFosloras sahamba saye eAlbertine safika kukhona nama TRT.
As I'm saying that it was the traffic cops or traffic officers that were there in Fosloras, and upon arrival in Albertine, then we found the TRT police.
You see now, Mr. Sibiya, yesterday you were busy dodging my questions. No, I was waiting for the time to explain my case. Now you are there, you do not explain your case.
Yazi ke okukwenza ke izolo ukuthi nje uyibalekeleke imibuzo yami hayi ngilinde isikhathi sami ukuthi ngizochaza ke manje isikhathi sakho sifikileke sokuthi uchaze awuchazi.
Nkosi Katolo ngiyachaza namanje ngicela explain ukuchaza manje ukuthi yini ayikhona eFosloras yini engayifica eAlbertine.
I am explaining, my Lord. Even now I just explained as to who was in Fosloras and who did I find in Albertine.
But you did not explain that during examination in chief by your defense counsel.
Uchaza manje ke kodwa nkathi ke beku Mr Mngomezulu ebeke uyena ke bekhola ukuthi ke chaza ke ukuthi kwenzekani awuchazanga lokho kusho ukuthi uchaza khona manje usinikiwe isikhathi ngathi ku Mr Mngomezulu okholayo ukuthi ke isho ukuthi kwenzekani awakuchaza lokho ukuchaza manje.
Mina ngibona ngathi ngichazile ngoba ngishilatha amaphoyisa. So my Lord Nkosi Katolo mayingibuza ukuthi kwakungobani sekumele lapho ngichazele kwakungobani nobani.
I think I did explain, my Lord, by saying that it was the police. But when I'm now requested or asked to explain or to say who those people were, that is when now I'm explaining or giving the names as to who they were.
Fine, let's leave that point. Proceed. The members of the TRT that are present here in court today, do they scare you as well?
Sinabo ke nanamuhla la beTRT la enkantolo bayakusabisa nabo laba bakhona la enkantolo.
Ngangekhona enkantolo ngalesa sikhathi.
I was not in court at that time.
I'm talking about today, say don't be smart with me.
Cha abangisabisi.
No, they are not scaring me.
Why?
Kungani?
Ngiphambi kwenkantolo manje.
I'm in front of the court now. I'm before the court now.
So at the police station you are scared of them?
At police station abasaba.
Ngiyabasaba police station.
Yes, I'm scared of them at the police station.
Ngoba ngakhetha ukuyejele. Ngoba police station bebenza noma yini.
Because I chose to go to prison because in the police station they would do whatever they want to do.
But that was before you make that election, say.
Kodwa lokho kwakungaphambi kokuthi ke ukhethe. Can you repeat?
The time you made that choice to go to prison, it was before or it was after you have met the Amabereta at Albertine.
Kathi ke wenza isinqumo noma ukhetha usucela ke ukhetha ukuthi awusiwejele kwakusemuva ke kokuthi uhlangene nala ama-TRT.
Sithi ngishawa amaphoyisa bekwesaba kakhulu leso sikhathi leso.
At the time, think that I was being assaulted by the police. I was scared of the police at the time.
Okay. But now you're no longer scared.
I was absabe manje.
ngihamba namaphoyisa asejele manje ngisawesabi namaphoyisa ngoba ngeze ngenzela ukuthi kukhona amaphoyisa asejele.
Now I am traveling with the prison officials, so they won't do anything to me in the presence of the prison officials.
And ngiphambi kwecourt angeke beze ngenzela ukuthi uma ngiphambi kwecourt.
And I'm before the court, they won't do anything to me as I'm before the court.
So when you're before court, you feel free.
Ukhululekile uma uphambi kwenkantolo.
Ngiphephile nokuphepha.
I'm even safe.
Then there you are on the 1st of June 2020 in front of court. Do you feel safe?
Ngeyi-1st zikaJuni wawuphambi kwenkantolo wazizwa uphephile.
Lesikhathi ngisenkantolo phakathi ngangiphephile mangiphumela ngaphandle ukuphepha kwami kwaphela.
When I was inside the court, I was safe. The moment I left the court, I was outside, then my safety wasn't guaranteed or wasn't there anymore.
So why did you not inform the court then that day I'm being assaulted? Because now I'm free before you magistrate. I'm being assaulted. Shouldn't you feel safe inside the court?
Nalike ithuba unalo sulitholileke manje uphephile usenkantolo ubingelela manje ubusayitshela ke manje ukuthi angiphephile lana labantu laba bayangishaya.
Kusekatolo nayizolo ngishilo ngathi loyalami ngalitshena ukuthi laba bantu bangishaya. Ngaphinde ngalitshena la ngeyi10 ikaJuly ukuthi laba bantu bayaqhubeka bangishaya, so angisafuni ukuya police station because bengisesivathini ngifuna ukuya ejele ngoba ejele ngeke bekhona uzongishaya noma isikhathi abathanda ngaso.
My Lord, I did mention it yesterday that I informed my legal representative that these people are assaulting me. I repeated that again on the 10th of July that I'm being assaulted, and I would like to go back to the police station, but I would like to go to prison because they won't do as they please.
So when you appeared for the first time, before this specific court, did you feel safe as well?
Nkathi uvela ke kokuqala kuleni inkantolo ke manje sikhulume ke inkantolo ke magistrate lana ke inkantolo ephakeme ke uma usubingelela ke umehlulelo kokuqala ke lana ke nalapho wazizwa uphephile. Sikhuluma ngale inkantolo manje sakhulume ke ngeloba court sikhuluma ngale uma uvela kokuqala lana wazizwa uphephile.
Ngizizwa ngiphephile so isikhathi mangisenkantolo phakathi ngizizwa ngiphephile.
I felt safe each and every time I'm inside the court. I feel safe.
Okay, now let us proceed. I want to show you something on the screen.
Nakhona ke mfisa ukuthi ngikhombise kona laphayana.
Do you see that photo? You can go closer there.
Ungasondela uma ukuthi awuboni kahle.
Ngiyabona.
I can see.
Who is that person?
Ubani loya?
Isithombe sami.
It's my picture.
Where was it taken?
Kwakukuphi indawo?
Ilesikhathi sise-Albertine.
It's at the time when we were in Albertine.
Who took the photo?
Ubani owayithola isithombe lesiya?
Angimkhumbuli isibongo sakhe.
I can't remember the surname.
Is that how you were dressed on that day as well?
Ogqoke ngale ndlela ngaleli langa.
Stop.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even at the time when you were arrested at Vusimuzi section Tembisa, you were dressed like that.
Nangenkathi waboshwa ngayo eVusumuzi section eThembisa ogqoke kanjeya.
Cha.
No.
How were you after you changed? Were you dressed like that?
Emuva kokuthi usushintshile lokho ogqokile wagqoka kanje.
Yebo ngagqoka kanje sebengishitshisile.
Yes, after I changed.
Even when you were kicked on the 30th, kicked on the 31st, then fast forward the 5th of June, you were still like that.
Nangenkathi ukhahlelwa ngeyi30, ukhahlelwa ngeyi31, bese siya phambili ke ngeyi5 zikaJuni wawusagqoke ngale yandlela.
Angilokhu ngigqoke kanje yakho sekade ngaze ngigeze nokugeza.
I was always dressed like that. I haven't even taken a bath.
But you can see the person depicted on that photo, the clothes are still neat.
Kuyabonakala siyabona ke okanye noma umuntu uyabona ke ukuthi laphayana impahla lena ke angcolile njengale ndlela agqoke ngayo laphayana.
Zingcolile lezi mpahla.
So those clothes are dirty.
Okay. What made the clothes dirty?
Angcoliswa yini?
Ngolisa ukuthi angishitshi nokuthi ngibuye ngifukuzise phansi.
That I hadn't changed, and also that I was on the ground.
Okay. And then who told you to stand like that in that photograph?
Kuyesiya isithombe ubani okutshela ukuthi ima ngale ndlela?
Uhadebe.
Sihadebe.
And then is that you there?
So wena lapha?
Isithombe sami.
That's my picture.
But you being there and still the same thing, say.
Yonke into ayenzeka lapha ya uhadebe wayengidirect ukuthi angenze kanjani.
Everything that was happening there, Hadebe was the one who was directing me as to how to go about doing it.
Do you know why did he embark on that exercise?
Uyazi ukuthi kwakuyini inhloso yokuthi akwenze lokho?
Akaze ngitshene wayethi nje bheka le lo shuthayo ashuthi ethi bheka le lo shuthayo ashuthi akaze ngitshene kungani ethi angigumule.
He never told me, my lord. He would just say face that side. The person taking the photo would then do that. Look that side. The person would then do that, my lord. He never even told me as to why I had to take off my clothes.
From your observation of that photo, will you say that person appearing there was injured in any way?
Uma ubhekile ubuka lesiya sithombe lesiyana ubona lo yamuntu olapha lesiya sithombe ungasho ukuthi khona indlela lo yamuntu lo alimele ngayo.
Kuze kathola ngikwazi ukukhomenta ngesithombe. My
Lord, I'm unable to comment on a photo. If Hadebe wanted to see whatever it is that he wanted to see, he would have been able to see it.
But do you see any abnormalities there?
Ukhona ongahambi ngendlela ongahambi kahle ukubonayo wena lapha kulesiya sithombe.
Kuse kathola mina ngikhuluma ngesithombe ngikhuluma ukuthi ngoba vele ayenzeka kimi kwakukuningi kakhulu kwangahambi kahle.
My lord, I'm not speaking about a photo because I know what happened to me. A lot, my lord. There was a lot of abnormalities.
But that gene there doesn't seem dirty, say.
Kodwa leya gene leyana uyibhekile lapha yana akukho kusho ukuthi leya gene ayibukeki ingcolile.
Kuse kathola noma ungangishutha ngefoto ngecamera manje mina ngoba ngimnyama nje uzongibona ngathi ngimhlophe.
Even if we were to take a picture or a photo of me now, my lord, using a camera, as dark as I am, I would appear light, my lord.
You mean a color camera?
Usho ye color
photo.
Not
black and white, color.
It makes something to be much lighter, my lord, even if it's dark.
You see.
On your wrist there, are there any marks or swelling on that particular photograph?
Kulesiya sithombe lesiyana la ezandleni kukhona amamark akhona noma ke ukuvuvuka okubonakala kulesiya sithombe.
Kuse kathola ngikhuluma ngesithombe nawo amamark.
I'm not talking about a photo, my lord. Here are the marks. The witness is pointing to his wrist, his right hand, as well as the left hand.
Those marks, did you show them to your defense counsel?
Lama mark la oqeda uwakhomba manje ke ngaba ummeli wakho wamtshengisa?
Yebo ngambonisa.
Yes, I did.
And then was it not something that Mboto was supposed to comment about when he took the stand?
I'm sorry
to interject. There's evidence that Colonel Mboto saw those marks and the swelling part of the. So it's not an evidence that is created by this witness. It's evidence emanating from the colonel who took the alleged confession.
Yes, Mr. Subhan.
My lord, I thought it would be fair for a witness like Mboto to have commented, to say, yes, these are the marks that I saw in the date in question, and I think it's still visible on that position in relation to his hand.
Was Mboto shown that photo?
No, Mboto was never shown this photo, my lord.
Who was shown that photo? Hadebe.
Hadebe.
Okay, maybe you can comment through Hadebe's remarks.
Can we proceed, my lord? The fact that you had injuries on your wrists, did you inform Colonel Hadebe?
ukuthi wawulimeleke lana unama-marks unokuvuvuka nako la kuwena-ke ezandleni wamtshela uHadebe ngalokho.
Akaze sengibuze uHadebe ngokushawa kwami ukuthi ngilimele kuphi. Because uHadebe wayengahambisani nami, wayengekho esayidini lami, wayefana namaphoyisa nawo angihlukumezile.
Hadebe never asked me about any assault, whether I was injured and where and how. My lord, Hadebe was just against me. Hadebe was siding together with the police that had abused me.
And that is Mkhane, Ngamani, Buthelezi and others.
Lama maphoyisa awabalayo manje, ukuthi wayesayida nawo la awabalayo manje.
But amaphoyisa from Bushongwe.
I'm referring to the police since my arrest on the 30th. All those police abused me very much so.
And then, did you go out with Colonel Hadebe at some stage?
Ingabe sikhona yini isikhathi la owaphuma khona noma wahamba khona uhamba naye uKenel Hadebe?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where did you go?
Naya kuphi?
Angimazi ukuthi wayengisa kuphi.
I don't know where he was taking me to.
How did you travel?
Ngihamba kanjani?
Angazi ukuthi sasihamba kanjani ngoba uye wayazi ukuthi uyisa kuphi.
I don't know how he traveled because he's the one who knew where he was taking me to.
Were you walking on foot?
Nanihamba ngenyawo.
Were you in a vehicle?
Nanisemotweni.
Were you in a flight?
Nandiza.
Ngisho sesisemotweni mayiqeda ukusho ukuthi salezi ithembele zathi ikhomba la.
We were traveling in a vehicle. When a vehicle after these pictures that were shown here were taken.
And then what type of a vehicle was it?
Kwakuyimoto enjani?
Angisayikhumbuli kodwa ngoba ithombe zakhona bangishuthisa ngise thuze kwayimoto mhlawumbe mayingavela ngakhumbula ukuthi yona.
I can't remember, but because the photos that were taken with me next to a vehicle, if those I can be shown those photos, then I'll be able to remember.
Okay. Was it a buggy or a sedan or a hatchback?
Sikhuluma lana ngebhaki ke mhlambe nje ibhaki imoto ekuyisedan noma ke sikhuluma ngemoto hatchback. Isedan imoto sikhuluma ngemoto nje enecaphe eziwu4 ihatchback angithi yile ekanjeni bese sikhuluma ngemoto ke enkulu le nokuthiwa isedan.
Imoto lapha kwangaba yi-private marene single.
It would be like in a sedan, my lord. It refer to a private vehicle, but a sedan.
Okay. Where were you seated inside the vehicle?
Phakathi kuleyo moto leyo wawuhlezi kuphi nendawo wena?
Angisakhumbula ukuthi ngangihleli liphi side kwa left noma right ukuthi angihleli ngemuva.
I can't remember which side I was seated, whether at the right hand side or left side, but it was at the back.
And then who was the driver of the vehicle?
Yayishayelwa ubani leyo moto leyo?
Angisakhumbula isibongo sika driver.
I can't remember the driver's surname, my lord.
And then where was Colonel Hadebe seated inside the vehicle?
uKenel Hadebe wayehlezi kuphi nendawo yena emotweni?
Wayehleli ngaphambili.
In front, my lord.
And then where did you go from
Naseni yakuphi ke?
Uthe angazi babe ngisa kuphi. uHadebe wazi.
I said I don't know where they took me to. Hadebe is the one who knows or who knew.
So, according to the evidence of Colonel Hadebe, you are the one who gave the driver instructions.
Ngokusho kwakhe noma ngobufakazi bakhe uKenel Hadebe wena owawutshela umshayeli ukuthi akaye kuphi noma ahambe kanjani.
Cha, angaze ngitshela umshayeli ehambe kanjani.
No, I've never instructed the driver as how to drive.
You also made a request that should you be taken to the entrance of Oslo Rats, then you'll be able to point a certain point or direction.
Wase futhi unesicelo osenzayo ukuthi uma nje ungathathwa bakufikiseke noma kufikweke la engenwa khona uma ungenwa eFosloras ukusuka lapho ke wena usungabatshengisa ke manje ukuthi akuyiwe kuphi nendawo.
Cha, angaze ngize ngisho lokho.
No, I never said that.
And in the places that you were taken to, are you familiar with that place?
Iindawo lezi owathathwa wasiwa kuzona indawo ozaziyo?
Cha, angizazi.
No, I'm not familiar with them.
Not at all.
Kanhlobo nje.
Be specific, my lord, which areas is he referring to?
What's that, sir?
Sorry.
You're saying what should be specific?
The areas that he said he was taken to.
Who must be specific?
My colleague.
How would you know that? Because there's no evidence to that effect in this court.
There's evidence that
Unless you want to tell me obviously he did. He read the confession and he read the pointing outs. But this court is not aware of any direction.
my lord, I'm referring to the evidence of Colonel Khatebe. He said, according to his evidence, the witness must take them to the entrance
Yes.
of Fosloras.
Yes.
So my colleague must specify, because when I converse with Colonel Khatebe as to which
Entrance.
he talk about a shopping center. He never talk about mainly the entrance.
So
he said,
when you
if
say
you take us
entrance
to-
of Force Loras, it's not specific enough.
especially when he said a shopping center.
Yes,
He was
Mr.
specific there.
Yes, let's hear you. They say you must be more specific.
But that is the evidence that requires to be taken to an entrance of Fosloras. I don't know. But my lord, I'm being told how to ask this witness.
Yeah, continue. You don't recall the saying the entrance of Force Loras is a shopping center.
But that's not the angle I want to take.
Okay,
The defense will
yeah,
come.
fine, okay.
Did you make such a request?
Isicelo esinjalo wasenza?
Cha,
No.
asikho isicelo engasenzayo kade.
There's no request I made to Khatebe.
And from Fosloras, then you give instructions to a certain point.
Ukusuka ke khona lapho ke manje sekufikiwe ke kuyona ke entrance leso Fortress wase manje usho ke ukuthi akiwe endaweni ethize.
Cha, angaze ngize ngisho lutho.
No, I never said anything.
Trying to find somewhere in the record to say, are you familiar with Fosloras hostel?
I-hostel yase-Fortress uyayazi?
Yebo ngiyayazi.
Yes, I am.
Were you taken there?
Wasiwa lapho?
Angikhumbuli.
I don't recall.
I can't find the relevant portion on the record wherein it was put to the witness that you were taken to that particular place on the 5th of June 2020.
Akayitholi ke le ndawo ke la ekushoyo khona ke ukuthi wasiwa ke endaweni ethize ngalelo langa lelo. Uyayibheka akayiboni okwamanje.
So what is the assertion? You say you can't recall? The assertion you say you can't recall.
I'm saying that Advocate Ngomezulu did put to the witnesses that at some stage on that day of the pointing out, the witness was taken to Fosloras hostel, Basutwin hostel. And the witness indicates to the court that he does not recall being taken there.
Oh, okay. You can put it. You can check it afterwards.
Is
Me,
what the
you, and
comment?
the other counsels. You're saying Mr. Ngomezulu put it
Yes,
to the Khadebe, the kennel.
to Hadebe, yes. I can find it, my lord, if I can be about it. I printed it out.
How can you forget 2 lines? I mean, Mr. Nis. Means you are laughing. Okay. So what do we do now?
No, my lord, if I can be allowed to continue, I'll find that relevant portion. I did.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine.
And we'll adjourn after he answers the question.
Okay.
It was put to Hadebe that you were taken to Fosloras hostel, also known as Basotho hostel, on that day.
Ummeli wakho okuyena ke uMr Ngomezulu washo ke kuyena uKhedel Hadebe ukuthi ngalelo langa lelo ke oyokhomba ngalo ke wathathwa ke wasiwa ehostel iBasotho hostel ePhosphorus.
Esikatolo ngoba na izolo ngishilo ngathi abendawo abangisakuzo angizazi bangithatha bangibuyisele emuva. So indaba abengikhombisa zona angizazi.
As I said yesterday, my Lord, that the places that I was taken to, I'm not familiar with. So I was taken, after that, my Lord, I was taken back. So I'm not familiar with those places.
And in that evidence, you further testified that you are familiar with that place because you once resided there.
Okunye futhi ke okushilo ukuthi ke indawo leyo ke uyayazi ngoba wake wahlala khona lapho.
Just want to establish for my colleague whether it's that what I put to Colonel Khate for verification purposes.
It's already late in the day, maybe then again I will show my colleague that relevant portion. Just that it got mixed up with my other documents here. I will proceed from that point tomorrow.
What's your time now?
23 minutes past 3.
You want us to adjourn?
Yes.
Okay, so you must adjourn. Tomorrow 10 o'clock then.
Kuba kusasa ke ngo 10.